Chapter 6. Turning Disadvantages into Success. The secret of success is learning how to use pain and pleasure instead of having pain and pleasure use you. If you do that, you are in control of your life. Anthony Robbins. Scottish inventor John Lodge Beard, 1888 to 1946, was forced to give up his business career due to illness. But he refused to let his illness tie him down and decided to work on new ideas. He moved back to Hastings, England, and set up a workshop in an attic where he began experimenting with light projection. In 1925, he managed to project the image of a face from one room to the other. In 1926, he demonstrated the same at the Royal Institute of Great Britain, London. In 1937, the BBC took up his 240 line mechanically scanned system for its service. Beard didn't allow his illness to sidetrack him from his goal and ended up pioneering television. There is nothing that makes us unhappier than failures. It is absolutely essential that we take care of those failures and turn them around. When we are at a disadvantage, losing hurt over the weakness would get us nowhere. Wise people turn their disabilities and disadvantages into advantages and transform them into success. All of us have gone through turbulent times when nothing seems to work. This is likely to bog us down despite our best resolve. But we have an option. We can strive to turn those failures into successes. First, make a list of weak points in your armor. It is generally a certain trait in our personality that plays against us. Despite all efforts, for example, if you are not good at communicating with your colleagues or boss, you may have failed to present a point successfully. Once you have discovered that the real reason for your failure, you are halfway to success. Many of us tend to blame external factors for our failures, but most often the trouble lies within us. To begin with, we have to accept those reasons. There is no point in saying the boss is unreasonable and denies you a much deserved promotion if you have not performed well. Analyze and improve. That should be your watchword. If you have been able to spot chinks in the armor, it should be easy to change and mend these. If you can't do it on your own, seek professional help. For instance, if effective communication is your drawback, enroll in a workshop on communication. If you are not willing to rise above your limitations, nothing will help. Make an honest attempt. Often we give up halfway because we don't see immediate results. The secret lies in persevering. Determination to negate your character flaws will bring about a positive change in the long run. Here is a simple exercise that could change the way you feel about the day and its events. Decide to have a lot of fun during the day. Avoid the unpleasant and seek out happy events. You will see that you feel happy and really good. After all, happiness is a state of mind. At the end of the day, you will realize that you really managed to have a great day. It began just like any other day, but you managed to turn it into a happy day simply by thinking positive. If you can do it for a day, can't you do it every day? Of course, you can. Believe in it, and you will be able to make a definite turnaround that will launch you into the arms of success. With success coming your way in every aspect, you will always have a happy frame of mind. Disadvantages are simple roadblocks that people need to pass in their journey towards happiness. Chapter 7. Dealing with failures. Never mind failures, they are quite natural, they are the beauty of life. These failures, what would life be without them? It would not be worth having if it were not for struggles. So never mind these failures. These little backslidings hold the ideal 1,000 times. And if you fail 1,000 times, make the attempts once more. Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji also said, no life will be a failure. There is no such thing as failure in the universe. 100 times man will hurt himself, 1,000 times he will tumble, but in the end he will realize that he is God. Some time ago, I was watching a TV program, Hero Honda Sare Gamapa, where the best singers are selected from amongst the participants. There was one particular participant who had won in 4 rounds but failed to make it in the fifth round. When the winners were announced, she couldn't stop crying. She lost all self control and was inconsolable. Her behavior embarrassed the organizers and other participants. Here is a person, I thought to myself, who is unable to handle failure or learn from the experience. Failure makes most people feel helpless, at least momentarily, but some remain helpless for days or months on end, even after a small setback. After major setbacks, they may never recover. Who are the people who can't handle failures or view them optimistically? It is people who think about bad events in terms of always and never. Most of their statements begin with either of the two words I never win a bet, or I always seem to lose, or I always have trouble with my boss. Such people are permanent pessimists, which is very harmful in long run. On the other hand, optimistic people think in terms of sometimes and lately. Their statements reflect their optimism. They are likely to say, sometimes I am unable to perform up to optimum satisfaction, or lately I have been going through a rough patch. Meaning, these are temporary setbacks. If you use qualifiers and ascribe bad events to transient conditions, you have an optimistic style. Individuals who believe setbacks have temporary causes are more likely to recover quickly from defeat and failures. Some people can put their troubles neatly into compartment and go about their lives when one important aspect, say their job or their love life, is suffering. They do not allow failure in one aspect of life to affect the other. This is a very healthy way of dealing with setbacks. But there are others who bleed over everything. When one thread of their lives snaps, the whole fabric unravels. People who believe setbacks have specific causes are more likely to feel isolated after a defeat. Those who see causes as universal allow their defeats to undermine many areas of their life. One must understand that a setback in one area of life does not necessarily mean everything is lost. When bad things happen, we can blame ourselves, internalize, or blame others or circumstances, externalize. People who consistently blame themselves for failure suffer lower self confidence after setbacks than people who blame external factors. Although we should take responsibility for our actions, pessimistic people often take excess responsibility for bad events. Failures are our learning experiences. Success always follows failure, provided we have learned from our failures. Chapter 8. Focus on your strengths. All power is within you. You can do anything. Believe in that. Do not believe that you are weak. You can do anything and everything, even without the guidance of anyone. All power is there. Stand up and express the divinity within you. Swami Vivekananda. Often we focus on our failures and ignore our strengths. We want to achieve the impossible just because someone else has managed to do it. Instead of trying to hone our talents, we try to push ourselves on paths that are unknown and unfamiliar. But we gain nothing except unhappiness. If we were to exert ourselves in the strong areas after identifying them, it would be possible to live in peace with ourselves and attain some degree of perfection. All this would definitely lead us to contentment and happiness. Joe had a series of failures as a sales manager. He tried his best to no avail. Finally, he consulted a career specialist. The specialist had a long talk with Joe and made him undergo a few tests. After the results were analyzed, it was found that Joe had a very good head for numbers and could excel in that line. It was a hard decision for Joe to alter the courses of his career, but he took the risk. After a 2 years course in financial management, he took up a job as a finance manager in the banking sector, and his career began zooming like never before. All that Joe had needed was to spot his particular talent and hone it. In today's competitive world, focusing on strengths marks the difference between success and failure.